In this video, I analyze Manchester United's shocking 3-2 loss to Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. I break down defensive errors, tactical flaws, and key moments that shifted the game. Using match footage, I explore United's vulnerabilities, Forest's pressing, and clinical finishing. Poor cohesion and tactical adjustments proved costly for United, while substitutions and in-game decisions played a key role in the outcome. Please like, comment and share on our page Gigasports TV. Let's analyze.
Let's get started with this tactical analysis video. And of course, the first thing we're going to look at is this extremely disappointing set piece in the second minute. Now, of course, Manchester United right now use a hybrid system. You know, a mixture of zonal marking and man marking when it comes to defending corners. And this is not a Ruben Amorim system. This is actually an Erik ten Hag system. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on that in a minute. But basically, we can see the zones right here where you have 6 Manchester United players who are tasked to mark the zone. And of course, 2 Manchester United players, in this case, Lisandro Martinez and Kobbie Mainoo, who are man marking Yates and Milenkovic, with of course Ahmad and Garnacho being fast and tricky. They are there to provide threats in the counters, okay? So that we can actually break away with pace. Now, already just by looking at this setup right here, you can see that it is not as optimized as it could be, okay? So here we have 6 Manchester United players here in the zone for just 3 Nottingham Forest players. And I'm going to show you later how even that is not actually enough. And then, of course, here the choice of Kobbie Mainoo and Lisandro Martinez is, in my opinion, not the right choice of personnel because, of course, what happened in this zone has been absolutely horrendous. So let's have a quick, deeper look into that. So obviously, Lisandro Martinez and Kobbie Mainoo marking 2 massive threats. I mean, Milenkovic is like your typical, you know, tough as nails Serbian centre-back, really strong, really physical, and good in the air. And then Yates is pretty much a Scott McTominay type of player. I mean, why? Why Kobbie Mainoo and Lisandro Martinez? And then what we see here is that originally Kobbie Mainoo was on Milenkovic and then Lisandro Martinez was on Yates, but then they had smart movement that, of course, our players could not follow through with that. I think Lisandro Martinez does have a defensive instinct. However, you don't want him in set pieces marking the tallest player in the opposition team. With Kobbie Mainoo, I've talked about him a lot in the past, especially last season, where I really love him as a player. You know, in open play, he's excellent. He's an outstanding youngster. However, in set pieces, he's not a good player when it comes to man marking because he doesn't have that instinct, that defensive instinct. He doesn't have that determination and that aggression that allows him to just, you know, win aerial duels. And so why? To me, this just seems like an afterthought. So here is my reading of the situation here with Amorim, because this is not an Amorim system. Sporting Lisbon and the Ruben Amorim, they don't defend corners this way. So he came in, and I think him and his staff had to prioritize because they didn't have much time. He talked about it in press conferences where he said that he just wants to get on with his job and just work in the training pitch with his players. So I think they're prioritizing open play patterns, you know, the phases, defensive phase, attacking phase, and transitions, the actual shape of the team, what do we do with the ball, etc. Rather than actually focusing on set pieces, it was more of a case of, guys, just keep doing what you were doing under the old regime. But I think now after the game against Arsenal and this one, he definitely will have to kind of give this a little more attention because the choice of these players, in my opinion, you could take Ugarte and Dalot, for example, and put them in these roles right here. To me, they would have been much more effective than Lisandro Martinez and Mainoo. And Lisandro Martinez, on the other hand, could actually, him and Mainoo just kind of mark, you know, the near post and the far post to make sure that every time there is a loose ball, both of them are quite agile and quick. So they have quick reaction time. I think they could have been much better suited to that role than this one that has been assigned to them. So yeah, this was really a poor goal for us to concede. And also here's the thing, despite having all of our players in the box, there are only 5 Nottingham Forest players in the box. And even here, with all the players that we have, effectively double the amount of players they have, Jota Silva was free. That means that even if Milenkovic did not hit the target and it went straight into this wide area, Jota would have scored. So again, our corners, the way we defend corners, a lot of people have been focused after the game against Arsenal on Arsenal itself. But no, I think that we are also poor. Not many people have talked about how poorly we defended those set pieces as well. And this was another example of poorly defended set piece. Now let's talk about what actually happened on the pitch in open play. And a lot of the viewers, I suppose, this is just an assumption, but I mean, I used to be like that as well. When you watch Manchester United games, you're watching it mainly for entertainment, for the entertainment value that they bring. And so mainly you would focus on our players when they have the ball. What is it that they're going to do with it? But of course, I watch football from a different eye, okay, from a different angle. Basically, I look at what the opposition is doing, because it's always easy to criticize our players. And of course, I believe that our players should do better. But performances are not in a vacuum, guys. It's not just what you want to do and then you can just assert your dominance and assert your will on the opposition. No, the opposition is, of course, providing a sort of a resistance. And so looking at that resistance as much as looking at our own performance is just as important. And so here what we have is Ugarte, and Kobbie Mainoo, of course, was not good in this aspect, trying to get the ball in behind this shield that the Nottingham Forest players have created. Basically, they are preventing verticality. So by doing that, they're preventing our midfielders, Kobbie Mainoo and Ugarte, from getting on the ball. Therefore, it's harder for us to actually get the ball to the final third, where we can actually start causing Nottingham Forest some problems. And this is the danger zone, of course. But of course, this is what led to our goal. And Bruno Fernandes is, of course, going to be instrumental. As you can see, Yoro, De Ligt, and Lisandro Martinez were struggling to get the ball, through this screen into the central area. We could not have verticality, therefore we could not create chances. However, of course, this is going to step in Bruno Fernandes, who just comes in with this sequence right here. He steps in to receive the ball, and then a flick into the path of Ugarte means that this whole structure right here has been bypassed, and now we can get the ball into the danger zone where Nottingham Forest are not well organized. Here, credit to Garnacho, very good anticipation, and he makes the right run for Ugarte to pick him up. And also here, one thing that is underrated is, of course, the run of Højlund, who's